It's Friday! Friday! It's still very early. I shouldn't be too loud. Hello, humans. Happy November 3rd. Today, lots of history. I'm Pip. This is One Door Off. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm basically reading history off of Wikipedia into a GoPro taped to a computer at work and reading my notes about what happened today in history. So this is my lots of history to you guys. I'm hope 3 people watch it in 3 years and don't make too much fun of me. All right, humans. It's November 3rd. What happened in history today? 1783, the American Continental Army is disbanded. After the Treaty of Paris is formally signed and all that good stuff, ended the American Revolutionary War. Y'all go back to the homesteads, keep your muskets and your powder dry, in case that needs to come back again. Just a thought. 1911. No, we're not talking about Browning. We're talking about Chevy. Yes, Chevy also started to officially compete with the automobile market against the Ford Model T. Pip's notes. Chevy overtook Ford for the best-selling car in the U.S. in 1929. That's 1911 to 1929 with the Chevy International truck. 1957, the Sputnik program. Soviets launched Sputnik 2. On board is one of the first animals to enter orbit, dog named Bakita, who died on his 4th lap from overheating. 4 laps around the Earth, and you guys can barely do a treadmill. Pip's notes. Dudes, you want some motivation? One of the first dogs used to be a stray in the streets of Moscow, and then became one of the first astronaut dogs. Keep your head up. Reach for the stars. 1992. Democrat Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton defeats Republican President George H.W. Bush and the independent Ross Perot in the 1992 elections. Pip's notes. In an alternate timeline, Ross Perot became president, then Dr. Ron Paul, then Rand Paul. Maybe we might be... No. We're kidding. All right, moving on. Happy birthday. 1793, Stephen F. Austin, American businessman and politician, died 1836. Considered the father of Texas, he led the second and ultimately successful colonization of the region, bringing 300 families and their slaves from the U.S. region to the Tejas region of Mexico in 1825. 1903, happy birthday to Walker Evans, American photographer and journalist, died 1975. This one was interesting. American photographer and journalist, best known for his work in the Farm Security Administration, the FSA, documenting the effects of the Great Depression. Much of Evans' work from the FSA period is from using large format view cameras. They quoted 8x10 cameras, which that's 200 by 250 millimeters if you're industrial, not. He said his literal goal as a photographer was to make pictures that are literal, authoritative, and transcendent. Excuse me. Run with it. Happy birthday, Dennis Miller, born 1953, American comedian, producer, and talk show host. I always got him and Dennis Miller confused. Dennis Leary? Yeah, that guy. 1987, Colin Kaepernick, American sports ball player. Pip's notes. I think more people got pissed off at Colin Kaepernick than Michael Vick. Food for thought. Who died today? 1643. Paul Goodian, Swiss astronomer and mathematician. He discovered something. Well, it's named after him. That's why. The Goldner's theorem is to determine the surface of a volume of a solid revolution. I had no idea that's what it says. I'm not that smart to understand this. Moving on to 1900, died today, Carrie Steele Logan, American philanthropist, founder of the oldest black orphanage in the U.S., born roughly 1829. Woman learned to read and write during slavery. She was orphaned as a small child, and it says Logan's experiences as a 17-year-old slave mother undoubtedly influenced her understandings to the difficulties of negotiating life with limited resources. Damn, amen, sister. People I work with who can't even function without a cell phone in their hand. Cheers. 1949, Solomon R. Guggenheim. I learned this today. American art collector and philanthropist, founded the Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum, which apparently is in New York. I did not know. He was born into a rich family, but he also founded the Yukon Gold Company in Alaska and half a dozen other businesses. He began collecting art in the 1890s. Dude actually retired from working to collect art after World War I. What's the saying? Must be nice. Happy Death Day to Bob Kane, American author, illustrator. He co-created Batman, born 1915. He was introduced to the comic book industry's Jack Kirby Hall of Fame in 93, and also into the Will Eisner comic book. There's more than one Hall of Fame for comic books in 96. Good for them. Right? They're making money on it. It sounds like a truck. Anyway, moving on. We're going to holidays and parties. Who had shindigs today? Japan is celebrating Culture Day. Good for them. East Timor is celebrating Mother's Day. That is a truck. So let me wrap this up. A few other Independence Days. We have the Panama breaks away from Colombia in 1903. The U.S. kind of had a little poke on that one. Dominica splits from the U.K. in 1978. Micronesia and the U.S. part ways in 1986. And something going on in Ecuador. So anyways, I'm going to go see what that truck is. I'm actually not expecting a delivery, but I'm thankful for more parts. Y'all have a great Friday. Cheers. Happy day that ends in the letter Y, and go get to work. Morning!